Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Albar. I am the author of The Empress, which is available for pre-order right now, and it'll be available to buy on May 19th. And so it is a sequel to The Queen. You don't necessarily need to read this first, but you should because it'll definitely help. And you're going to need to read them both eventually because it is within the same world. So the premise of the series is that all over the world, there's these inhuman colonies of people who look like us, but they're not like us, and they're secretly trying to take over the world. And so all the colonies, they look like different ethnicities, and in the Queen, it follows one that is with Caucasian type looking people, and this one is like an Asian type colony, and all of the colonies sort of function differently as far as their politics and stuff. In the Queen, the queens themselves, Rose had to really fight for her own power to mean something, and the elders were the ones who called the shots. In the Empress, it's Mother Empress who rules the colony, and the elders do what she says, and then they all serve a higher being and higher authority called the High Queen. There's always a queen, a mature queen, and then there's always an heir to fall in her stead who's known as a Virgin Queen. So Mother Empress, she decided that she wanted to make sure that the High Queen picks a vessel, someone from her colony and not any of the other colonies. So she decided to hedge her bets. And so she decided to have 10 heirs against the advisement of many people. And so the queens are referred to as First Virgin Empress or Second Virgin Empress. This book follows the Fifth Virgin Empress. And after a tragedy that happens very early on in the book, the girls are separated, and each one is given an elder. And her elder is a young man who's in his 20s, and by the halfway mark of the book, he's like in his early 30s. And so my sister said, "When are you going to write about a man? I'm sick of all these teenage boys." So here's a man. So she doesn't know much about him other than he's from Korea and he has a dragon tattoo, and he decides the best way to protect her is to teach her to fight so she can protect herself. And so the Fifth Virgin Empress, she has sisters that are kinder than her, others that are not as kind, but she herself just kind of she doesn't want to be part of whatever plans the High Queen has, whatever plans Mother Empress has. She frankly has a lot of resentment for Mother Empress separating them and being kind of a cold woman. And she would like to run away and have her own life and try to live as humanly possible. And so, but she's also the favorite to be Mother Empress's heir, or that's what everyone says. So her life is really put in danger, and she has no choice to, if she doesn't learn how to stop all of this, she's going to have to prove that she's strong enough to survive it. And that's not what she wants. So it's really a cool survival, story. It's a cool story that has a lot of romance in it. It's not as romance focused as the first book. If you're into like Korean dramas or anime, this is a book that you will definitely love. Just like how the first book was a lot about trying to change your situation, coming from a really demented and dysfunctional lifestyle and trying to remake some kind of semblance of normalcy and trying to find your bit of love in the world. And so she's someone who's had to, been focused on trying to survive, and she really turns her life into trying to live for the moment. And I think you'll really like her. I think you'll really dig her relationship with her elder. And then, the romance thing is, important as far as her and his romantic interest and stuff is very interesting as well. Mother Empress is, you know, very sexy. She's very powerful. She's someone who's definitely knows who she is and she works it. And but there's something also a little bit sad to her too. And you'll get to see there's a lot of flavors and complexities to all of these characters. And I feel like you guys will really love this book. I really love this book, even more than the Queen. And I think I've been excited to write this ever since I came up with the idea. I knew that there would be multiple colonies, and I'm like, there's gonna be an Asia one. And my sister's like, oh my gosh, because we've all grown up loving anime, and they really love Korean dramas and stuff. And I look forward to telling you guys more about how I came up with certain things and inspiration behind stuff, and talking about book covers and fight scenes and etc. And I'll leak, no, not leak, but have those out, soon. But I'm just glad to make this book, and I'm excited for people to read it. Just like the series is inspired by bee colonies, this is inspired by if there's more than one queen, like in a colony, or one comes in, like the drones will attack it, like they can't coexist together safely. That's not what they do. So this really is a Highlander. There can be only one situation, and we'll see if it has to end that way, if it will end in tragedy, or will they find a way to let their familial bonds be the thing that wins out on the end. So it's a great book. I think you'll really like it. So please, go ahead. You can pre-order it now. You can pick it up on May 19th. You can read it and love it. And if you do, please consider leaving a review. And you can check me out at ninjadustpublishing.com, and it's all on Amazon. It will be available in paperback. It's not available for paperback right now, but it will be, by release date. And you can get it on Kindle. And thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being interested. And I'm sure you'll love this book.